18 to 20-year-olds have now the same Second Amendment gun rights that anyone 21 and up possess.
Wow, that is good news. That's
with
OJ's.
he had a little bit of legal trouble.
Well,
Is there any new legal issues that have come up? Cases that have come up that you
Funny you should ask. Funny I just happened to be here. That the segue was
on
that
a
was
random
smooth as butter.
Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, today we've had two amazing developments for Floridians, for Second Amendment advocates. It's been a great day in the law. So the first one, directly in home, a case out of the 4th District DCA. So that district covers effectively Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade.
Tri-County.
Tri-County. So the Court of Appeals is one step down from the state Supreme Court, but it's the highest court for the district. They came down on a ruling, a case that I've been following. I know some of the attorneys who had filed this motion, this case, great guys, and they had the opportunity to do this. It is now officially, as of this morning, the ban for 18 to 20-year-olds to possess and carry a firearm has been stricken down as unconstitutional.
Yeah, 18 to 20.
Oh.
That's
That
an
is-
adult.
Wait,
that
so
was
you can carry a firearm as an 18-year-old now?
so long as you otherwise qualify or otherwise not disqualified.
So it's, but I'm assuming it's not openly carry, or is it openly carry?
18 to 20-year-olds have now the same Second Amendment gun rights that anyone 21 and up possess.
Wow, that is good news. That's actually really cool.
that
So
is-
I can go get one now before I turn 21.
You can go get one now. So that is amazing. Effectively, the Court of Appeals found that it was the ban was unconstitutional. The Attorney General did not oppose the decision and have said they're going to make it statewide effective immediately.
Now, has that changed the ability to purchase guns as well?
Well, yes, to the effect that 18 to 20-year-olds now have all the rights. All.
So if they wanted to maybe go on a website and purchase a webinar to win spectacular firearms,
You can now.
18-year-olds can do it.
So long as they are qualified and otherwise disqualified. Correct. So,
So you still have to get like your license to carry, all that fun stuff. Like you just have to. Oh no.
well, no, because last July, the concealed carry license was deemed to be a non-requirement now. So you don't need now. Floridians
You just have to get
the
up like
constitutional
approved for
right.
everything.
You just have to be otherwise approved, right?
Yeah.
And the open carry applies to, again, every right.
Wow.
Regarding a
That's
firearm.
a big step.
Yeah.
That is
Like a
effective this
huge,
morning.
yeah.
So I do expect some friction with the local municipalities, the local counties, of the orders coming down the pipe. We saw that with the open carry, where even when it became official statewide, some counties
Still had pushback.
Yeah, they were still like regulations.
right.
Still.
They weren't aware.
Yeah.
They were waiting for like the local directive. That all got squashed, but that's unfortunate. So I would expect some of that, or maybe some of the local dealers
Still being a little iffy about
Or
selling it
not
to
knowing.
younger. Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask. On a local gun shop,
Like level.
right, are they still going to, if they don't feel comfortable,
So,
are
those
they going
are
to play a little ignorance?
well, they're still private dealerships.
Yeah.
They don't have an obligation to sell you anything, whether you're under or over 21, right? They can deny you for any reason.
Yeah.
I would understand some of them saying, "Oh, I just want to see it like in writing or something."
Yeah.
But if you
They
go to
don't
like
have to.
a Bass Pro Shops, like they, or is that still like?
Well, so again, it's really now going to be up to the companies, the
Okay.
distributors, the resellers who are comfortable. Like, it's been so ordered, but it's right now it's written on a judicial level, like in a court filing. There's nothing like kind of handed down like from the Attorney General, from Tallahassee saying, "Okay, by the way, we're acknowledging this."
Yeah, I was just going to say, now where could they find that in writing?
So
So it's just the
easiest
court
way is
cases?
finding the court case
Court case,
itself,
bring the
finding
court
the
case.
order.
So every 18-year-old is just going to go print out that whole court case and just be like, so here's actually it in writing, and so you can sell this to me.
You know, or go to a private dealer or go to a webinar or, you know, somewhere that people
Michael,
that are
would you
well-informed.
feel comfortable selling a firearm to a freshly 18 to 20-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, just to make sure it picked up as long as it was legal.
Yep. And they were approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know,
So if you're wanting to look at them and you're
Yeah, I mean, as a dealer, you just want to make sure that it's legit.
yeah, so I would understand a little delay in the rule to the application.
Yeah.
You know, I would be more upset from a law enforcement standpoint. I would be more understanding from a private dealer who does not want to get in trouble, which just wants a little more assurance.
Yeah, a little clarification.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, you don't have to buy one to possess one. You know, you have a friend or a private
Yeah.
purchase, but that's it. That's official. I have a few cases that were pending this where that was the basis of an arrest, and the prosecutors are having a real bad day with those cases now.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure.
So,
But I even feel like the open and carrying is still kind of hit or miss here in Florida. Like it's still, I mean, it's been a thing now for a little bit, but also people are still taking it with like into consideration when going out and about places. Like it's still kind of like new to people.
so
You
I think-
know? It's gonna come. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing where it's gonna take a little time for it to warm up and be kind of more normalized. It's gonna take time.
So this team here has been gracious enough to have me on a few times. I was at the recent show you guys did. I've been talking about the developments, and I think we did. I anticipated some of that. I almost wanted some of that, just a nice easing into it,
Yeah.
as opposed to just a flagrant everyone running
Everyone-
around. It
yep.
being like Texas. Not that it's good for Texas, but they've had it a while. Everyone's just
It's just very normal.
naturally accepted it, whether you like it or not. No one's like feigning concern.
Yep.
Like you saw, I was very upset with Publix where they did a 180. First, they welcomed everyone open carry. Then they decided to make an independent private policy. They weren't going to allow it because other customers.
Is it still in place? That's still in place?
As of right now, Publix is still prohibiting it. So that's unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
So it's not ingrained in a Floridian society yet, right?
Which is crazy because Publix is a big part of Florida. So you'd expect them to be like fine with it, you know?
I thought that was disgusting. I mean, what other conglomerate do you know that's more Florida
Yeah.
than Publix?
And not even
Right.
that I mean, I feel like Publix is in a lot of southern states, and a lot of southern states have those rights and they're very open about it, or just gun policies in general is, of course, going to be like over in this area.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate. So, so you're seeing people kind of ease into it. So I'm okay with. I understand that. And then we were also seeing, as we actually had examples of auditors. So what are auditors? Individuals who are out there purposely testing the law.
The waters.
Right.
Got
Guys
it.
walking down the street with an AR-15 style
Yeah.
platform
Yep.
across their chest, and the phones are lighting
Oh,
up.
100%.
And law enforcement comes out, and the guy's like, "Yes," and they're like, "As you were."
Yep.
That's good. I
Yeah.
stay your distance from the school, right? Just make sure you're keeping that really clean.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I feel like as long as people abide by the law, it's not that hard. Like, I feel like people just try to see what buttons they can push and push their limits and try to see what waters they can test just to
What-
make it a point, like, oh, well, I can do this. But
What
it's like,
percentage of that do you think it's the guys trying to get,
like, push the buttons and, like, test the waters?
trying to get the arrest so they can bring a lawsuit to make money?
Oh,
I-
yeah,
I-
that's
I
a
think-
that's a
yeah.
good point.
I think currently, with the amount of time we've had this right, anyone walking openly with an AR style platform is probably intentionally testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
'Cause that's just obnoxious at that point. Like, you're just trying to be, like, annoying.
you want
You're
the
called-
attention,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
You want
There
the
you go.
attention.
That's the word I was about to say
You
that.
want to force this concern. It's his right. We have rights to do a lot of things that we don't have to do.
Yeah,
or do as
exactly.
often and do
Yeah.
places and
You're
times.
willingly choosing that to do that.
right.
Hey, I got one. So it going from 21 down to 18.
This is a really big.
Is there any part of you that kind of questions it, like the same way of alcohol? There's a reason we wait for the front part of their brain to
Your
catch
frontal
up.
lobe is not developed at 21.
Right.
It's developed at 25, actually.
I'm really glad you asked that.
Yeah.
Because I do have a thought on this, and again, it's not so much what I think for myself, but what should others be allowed to do. This country allows 18-year-old want to call them men or boys,
Yeah.
to sign up for the army
Yeah.
and go to war, right? To give their life for this country, usually with a firearm of some,
Yeah.
to lay there at age 18, okay? You allow the state to consider 18-year-old adults for the purposes of criminalization. If you get arrested when you're 17, you're a minor. 18, you are deemed an adult.
Yep.
18 in a day, you are an adult. I don't like inconsistency. I don't like the idea of you're an adult for this and a child for that. And
I like the way that's how I think as well.
Do you ever think there should be a qualification like that? Like, okay, you want to do the firearms at 18? You have to go serve. Do you want to drink at 18? Cool, you have to be in our military.
Well, I also that's the thing. I mean, that's always something that people say is like, oh, well, I can fight for my country, but I can't have a beer after like something. You know, people
Right.
always say that. It's always like a big thing. I feel like.
So the latter part of the first question that you had was, I also think the 21 for alcohol is inconsistent. And you see that in other states. Other states allow 18s. Again, why?
And
am
also
I-
other countries, like even when I travel outside the country, people, in Spain, if you can see over the bar, they'll give you beer or wine. Alcohol, different. Alcohol is usually they're pretty strict on, but like 16 to 18 is the typical legal age of drinking in other places.
I just want the uniformity. Like if you're
Yeah.
an adult if I'm an adult for purposes of punishment and sacrifice, I should be an adult
I agree
for the
100%.
privileges of an adult, right?
Because if you can get the consequences of it all, you should be able to get the privileges of it as
Right.
well.
And I don't.
We
think,
can all agree rental cars should still be the 25 limit.
Yeah, just because insurance.
Right? No one wants to pick up a rental car.
I feel like that's just an insurance thing.
That's
Yeah.
that's a private company.
Yeah.
now,
Right.
and
Because dealing with insurance
Or even
is the
21.
worst.
20, they can maybe lower it to 21.
I don't believe that.
Oh, I don't know.
it's the premiums. But again, that's not
That's a
let's look
luxury.
at it. You don't have a constitutional right
Yeah.
to have a driver's license.
Yeah,
It's a
that's true.
privilege.
Yeah.
It's a privilege even to have the license, so it's a
And it's
privilege
a
to be able to
yeah,
rent
a luxury
a
to
car you
have a
don't
car.
own and drive it around and
Right.
And they can make that own jurisdiction on what they want to do for however old you have to be to rent that car.
right. But as far as like constitutional, governmental,
Like overall, the important things.
if you're going to give me if you're going to give me a sacrifice, give me the reward. Be consistent.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
I
what I
agree.
think is important.
Yeah, that's a great way of thinking of it.
I feel like that's how I always viewed it too, for the most part.
Yeah. So when it comes to alcohol and the limited legalization of marijuana through the different states, it's always funny how to see them, how they do it. I've always been consulted with, and people have always told me they should treat it just like alcohol. When you have the question,
Marijuana? Okay.
yeah. When it's legal, recreational, it should be treated just like alcohol.
There should be a limit.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you can't get all fucking trashed
Well,
up and
yeah.
then
I feel like even because it still impairs you. It doesn't impair you, I feel like, in the same way necessarily, but I feel like it's still an impairment to the way that your reaction to things, stuff like that. So I definitely think there should be some like legal limit there.
So that's how they address it
Yeah.
in a criminal justice perspective. So unlike alcohol, all of these other narcotics or substances, there's no chemical, objective, numerical value. They say, okay, at
Right.
this, you just can't do it. Like
yeah,
alcohol,
you blew a point, whatever.
Yeah.
right. Like alcohol is treated like speeding.
Right.
If you hit this number, it's an arbitrary number. You
Yeah.
know, fast or slow is subjective. Fast or slow is based on your experiences, the vehicle,
Right.
the road. 50 is just a number.
Right, and where getting high is absolutely subjective because I have mistakenly thought I could hang out with my older brother in Massachusetts when it was completely legal, and
Putting that
I
out there.
had a gummy, and he's like
Tossing it
popping-
back?
Oh, tossing back. He goes, there was these only 5 milligram. They're gonna be totally fine stuff. Just take half of one stuff. You're gonna be great. And he's so I just took half of one, gave the other half to him and stuff. He popped it. He's going through and stuff.
going.
He gets through with it and he goes, oh, those were 10 milligram. And they were 20 in the bag. So I just had 19 and a half of them. And you had 5 milligrams. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, okay, this is going to be fine stuff. I was terrible. I was completely
How was your
gone.
brother?
Fine. The motherfucker could have walked a line. He did the nose thing and stuff. He made fun of me constantly.
Gosh, really? That's so funny.
Yeah. So that whole getting high is absolutely big and small, depending on what you think big and small is and stuff. That's.
But you can measure it objectively with, like you said, with certain
Correct.
Field sobriety tests. Well, can you walk this line? Nope. You
Yeah,
may have an issue.
Yeah, right.
Which one?
Right.
You know which one.
And they do that with alcohol. People forget. Obviously, the chemical testing is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
If you blow in the breathalyzer, and now remember, or if you didn't know, they recently changed that law where refusing the breathalyzer is also a misdemeanor crime.
I saw that. Yeah.
Right.
So wait, now you cannot refuse.
You can refuse, but refusing is a crime.
If it's in the field, it's a crime. Well, isn't there like it's just in general? But also if you like go to because after if you say like you don't want to do it, but then like you do it at the station, isn't there like a thing with that too also?
So they will ask you, so they can test you on site or at the station, because some will have the mobile intoxicalizers, some don't.
Yeah.
If you do it, you've done it. If you refuse and change your mind, they let you, you've done it. If you refuse, they don't give you a second chance, you've broken the law.
So no matter what, you have to blow into a breathalyzer if they ask you to?
If you know you're fucked, don't blow and take the misdemeanor over the.
All right, so to answer your question the way I can answer it.
Thank you.
The DUI is a Class A misdemeanor, right? It's a top count misdemeanor.
Okay.
The refusal is it's a lower misdemeanor.
Oh, but it's still.
So it's still a crime, but it carries a lower sentence. So your maximum potential sentence is significantly lower on the refusal than the DUI.
Okay. Which I feel like that makes sense.
And now, is that just the breathalyzer, or is that also
Any field
walk the
sobriety
line,
test,
touch your nose?
So field sobriety exercises are optional
Okay.
for criminal purposes. You've
And
committed
now
to
there is absolutely no benefit to it as the person.
Yeah, here's the thing. I challenge anyone to do them sober. I would like to see law enforcement do them sober.
I feel like I can walk in a straight line, but my nickname is 2 left feet, so I'm gonna be talking.
So I actually want to do this on another episode where we
Test that out.
have people come in, do all of the field sobriety tests sober,
And then do them drunk.
and then have a watch party, play poker, play drinking games, and then do them again.
Or smoking games. Or
Yeah.
Just for
Oh,
research.
they also have like the THC drinks now. So they have like all the I've seen those. Like that's getting a lot more popular.
The budget here and stuff is pretty good and stuff. I'm sure we could fly to Massachusetts where it is legal, and we can do the THC one.
No,
We can absolutely do that and stuff. We're gonna bring the whole set, so it'll look all the exact same and stuff.
I've
but
seen
we'll
those
definitely
getting more
be in
popular.
Massachusetts where it's legal.
So one thing I want to touch on with the alcohol is the kicker is you can
Nailed it.
blow. That was clutch. I'm sold. You can blow under a .08 and still be found to be under the influence.
Correct.
Because you are still inhibited. Because
Your
that's
driving's impaired.
Right. The idea of like someone being a lightweight or someone not
Yeah.
able to handle alcohol. Like, 08 is just that number. So you can't, because you can have people that are bigger guys.
I have a really weird question. So what if you are out in the field and you do blow exactly a .08, but you don't seem too intoxicated? Will they let you go?
No.
They won't.
No.
Because that's the legal limit.
Correct.
But I'm fine. But like they won't. They'll still
broke
it's
the
still a
law.
DUI.
Still a DUI.
Yeah,
Really? So it has to be like a .07?
0.079.
Oh, it's literally exactly. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. That's good information, just in case.
So, with the point, see now, if you were to blow a .08, a .081, now the defense becomes very interesting because now I have the calibration on those machines are .01 to 0.02 deviations. They're supposed to be constantly regulated, monitored, tested, and
You absolutely ask for the certification.
you get but even with the certifications, like a .01, 0.02 deviation can be explained, but when you have individuals who blow a .16, like,
Yeah, that stuff.
That's double the legal limit.
That is double the legal
That's
limit.
crazy.
Right.
And there was no reason that I had a penny in my mouth. I was doing that. That's what I normally do. I like the penny thing.
What's that? What does that mean? What do you mean?
There is this old wives' tale.
Okay.
If you had a couple of drinks and a cop's about to pull you over and take a couple of pennies.
It makes
No,
you sober
not to
up?
bribe them. Not to bribe them.
It makes
You
because
take a couple
it
of
doesn't
pennies.
alkalize. It's like it neutralizes it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the copper
It
is supposed
alkali-
to
yeah.
help with the.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get what you're saying. Oh,
It
that makes
doesn't.
sense.
It's just your shitty
But
pennies
also-
that are down there and all the grime and asshole
you,
shit.
you would need the pennies in your lungs because
Yeah,
you're not breathing the air
correct.
from your,
Yeah.
your mouth.
Correct.
You're breathing
That's
it like
true.
they say, breathe in,
Correct.
breathe out.
But also, like,
Yeah, and you could choke on the penny.
can't you
Because
blow?
obviously, if you're throwing pennies down and stuff, you've been drinking.
You would be the only one to
You know
choke
what I
on
mean?
a penny, Walter.
I would.
You'd have chest pain.
I bet you I would.
But then But then if you say you have chest pains, don't they take you to the hospital immediately? Isn't it like one way to like get right into the hospital?
Now listen, I don't think we should immediately start saying, "Hey, Jack, this is how you get off from a thing." Is that correct? Because I don't think that's the proper thing that he wants to.
You can answer me the question. The answer I give is the best thing to do is to not drive under the limit.
Oh, of
over the
course,
limit because
of course.
they
Under
are
the
making- under the even listen. Don't consume alcohol and drive.
Yeah.
Uber's really cheap.
Yeah.
My retainer fee is really
Or-
expensive.
Yeah,
Like,
or just
Yeah,
have
that's
a
the best way.
designated driver. Just have a
Yeah.
designated
Yeah,
driver.
yeah.
because-
Call a Mike.
It's
Mike.
They are purposely making it increasingly difficult to
Yeah.
lawyer out of it. It's and the penalties are going up. Again now with the refusal being a crime, you understand the reasoning behind it, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many ways to just not do it.
It's true.
Um,
There's so many ways that you don't have to drink and drive. It's like not like somebody's holding a gun to your head and be like, you have to do it.
It's-
There's
Have you-
so many
have
ways
you heard
out of
about
it.
the new vehicles that are all gonna
Waymo.
have-
Do you
yeah,
want Waymos?
yeah, that have the alcohol.
Oh.
They're checking with sensors in the steering wheel, a camera watching you
Oh, I didn't. No, I'm talking about the self-driving
to
cars.
watch your eyes. No,
I'm talking about Waymo.
oh, that's a great question.
Waymo's the
If
self-driving
you have a
cars,
self-driving car,
and they get into a car accident.
well, no, not if you get into a car accident, but you've been drinking and you
Oh.
get pulled over, but the car is driving because it's in self-drive mode.
No. But Waymo is like an Uber style, so there's physically not even somebody in the driver's seat. It's actually a
Oh, but
company.
they're still driving you.
No, the car, it's literally a car that drives itself with no driver, and it is
Yeah.
a Uber service where they will pick you up, and it's called a Waymo. So nobody
Okay.
is in the passenger or driver's seat whatsoever. You're sitting in the back seat as an Uber, and that car is driving you. So if that car gets pulled over, if a Waymo gets pulled over, but you're drunk in the back, how does that happen? Like, what do you do
Oh,
with
you'd
that?
probably get charged for fleeing the scene because the robot isn't going to stop for some
I mean,
Trenton cop.
I
trying to
wonder, like,
drag
yeah,
you
like,
down.
how is that? Because
now
those
you're
are
a hostage.
becoming really
Yeah,
big.
you're just the hostage, right? That's how you
Waymos
have
are
to
now
play
in
it?
Miami.
I mean, this is
they started in
this is
California.
Judgment Day.
Yeah,
this
right?
This is
Because they started in California. Now they're coming.
T100s, man.
They're coming down here in Miami, of course, because we're like the
Fuck-
biggest city. So
fucking
I
Elon
wonder how
Musk,
those
man.
are gonna be. How do you think those are gonna like be like handled now? Because if you think about it, I mean, you're not doing anything illegal. You got into an Uber, but it's just self-driving.
Then you're okay.
Yeah, right?
Call an Uber.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Call a real Uber. Call a real driver.
I can't wait for the first guy to get into a car accident. The cop comes up and it's like a '98 Corolla, and he's in the back seat going, "So it's an automatic driving car, brother. I just fucking let me go. It's just fucking
It's a Waymo.
yeah. It's a fucking Waymo guy. It's just an older model. It's whatever.
They haven't came out yet.
Yeah.
This is the new model.
Yes, the retro.
the retro.
It's really good. That's a really good.
And is
I
it
just
true?
put the neutral, go downhill.
Isn't it true that sometimes if you do like if you chew gum or if you do mouthwash that you can also blow like above?
Those things don't help or hurt again because they're not testing you. It's like put some mouthwash and eat a mint. You're just changing the smell in your mouth, combining it with the alcohol.
I've always
Yeah.
heard that. I've always heard that if you put like or not even just like in general, like you've seen like on TV, it was like, oh, like this basketball player claims that they didn't drink when they blew and they blew a .01 and they had like mouthwash, so they couldn't play because they were considered whatever.
So that happens. Obviously, too much. Was it NyQuil? Things. I mean, there
Yeah,
are
yeah,
things,
yeah.
but a .01 is almost nil. It's like I'm not saying you couldn't be under the influence in a .01,
Yeah.
but from a chemical standpoint, they're gonna be like, they're probably gonna think you're on something else.
Yeah. Okay. That's what.
Now,
That's
do
where I
you
was.
do you have a breathalyzer that we could use for these games?
I can get one.
Yeah.
My best friend's mom
Yeah, I
has
think we're gonna have to.
Caitlin's mom has one. She uses it on Caitlin.
We're going to take a break right here at Dateline where Caitlin is going to be talked to next.
Her
So hold
and,
on.
well,
Caitlin gets breathalyzed?
occasionally.
All right. I'm sure she
doesn't
loves.
she doesn't drink and drive, but her mom is just curious to
Oh, okay.
know. Like, you know what I mean? We'll make one of the boys drive us. Like, we have a designated driver.
My parents, and again, from a different generation, my parents would always do they would just look at you. They would say, my mom and dad, they would dicks because they would go, when you lie,
Uh-huh.
you get white spots on your tongue. And I would go, oh, okay. Like, that's fucking weird knowledge
That is
to
so
know.
okay.
And then, like, I would be doing shit that I shouldn't have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they would ask me about it, and I'd fucking lie about it and stuff. And they'd go, oh, okay. And then my mom would watch. And if I did anything other than go to the bathroom and look in the mirror, she was like, he's probably telling the truth. But I would go to the mirror every time going, there's fucking white spots. I'm like, you motherfucker.
You didn't learn after the first
Absolutely not, no.
Because you're a boy.
No. Yeah, my
Boys
parents.
don't
No.
ever learn.
Yeah.
So what I hope doesn't happen for Caitlin is that what you'll see when cops suspect that you're in the influence of something, give the breathalyzer. No problem, officer. You blow .00. All right, we're going to the hospital. Let's take some blood. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, all right, well, I'm not drunk. Well, you're not on alcohol.
Right.
Right? You got a medical marijuana card? Huh? What's that in the glove compartment? What?
Do you think the medical marijuana card people should have just as a backup in case a situation like that comes up?
So if you get pulled over and you are under the influence of marijuana, but you have a medical card, they'll let you go. I don't know any of like the weed
No.
laws. I'm not
Right,
even
so
gonna
the-
be.
no,
I'm not
it's
even.
not-
I know
they're
nothing
like,
about any of that.
I'm over 21. I can
Okay.
drink alcohol.
Okay.
What's the problem? You had too much of it. Right?
Okay.
So I have medical, your question is the person has a medical marijuana
Yeah.
card. They can smoke medical marijuana.
Yeah.
That's great. But you cannot be under the influence of it to the point it impairs your ability to operate the motor
Yeah.
vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
So that is still,
Okay.
you're right. Having the marijuana wasn't the crime. It was operating the vehicle when you were
Right.
unable to.
But you can in the state of Florida, like smoke weed at a reasonable amount and drive.
You can do it so long as it's not impaired your ability.
Correct.
As
you can
long
have
as
a
you
glass,
have a medical card.
Right. You can have a glass of wine with dinner, and you're totally fine to drive home.
Yeah.
But if you do 9 bong rips and then a mass amount of gummies for some reason,
19 and a half.
yeah, 19 and a half gummies.
Got to cut off that half. That half would have sent him overboard.
By the way, this was the best part. We ended up going on a deep sea fishing trip later on that night.
Gosh.
And he had a hat that has like the captain's ivy on the thing. And he put it on and he goes, "It's my lucky fishing hat."
Mm-hmm.
He was so baked, the first mate was trying to get up a ladder that he was standing in front of. And he went, "Yeah, I can drive." And I said, "Adam, the guy asked you to move. What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "What?" I go, "Fucking move."
He wanted
So
to be captain.
I finally move and I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "I think that guy thinks I'm a captain. He just asked me to drive the boat." And I go, "Brother, he did not ask you." He goes, "You sure?" And I go, "Yeah. He asked you fucking 4 times to fucking move. What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, "I don't know, man. I could drive this boat. I look like a captain."
He was very. What is he saying over there?
Nothing. He hasn't said anything. He's laughing into his hands.
Oh.
But he has worn that hat every single time we go fishing down here now. So it's awesome.
Oh, it was. We thought you said it was in Massachusetts.
It was in Massachusetts.
Oh,
when
just
he
saying
comes
when
down,
down
he brings
here.
it. The hat's mobile.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
So there's one other case I want to bring up because we're talking about it applies to this directly.
Yeah.
It won't affect Floridians today, but I expect it will really soon. So also today, the United States Supreme Court, those guys,
Yep.
right?
The big guys.
The big boys, right?
Big
the ones that
boys.
actually- right.
Big dogs.
The Supreme Court of the United States today just struck down a ban, I think coming out of Texas, that prohibited habitual marijuana users from possessing a firearm.
Yeah, because they're habitual alcohol drinkers.
Well, I don't remember them using that rationale in the
Right.
opinion, right?
But that's a good one, too.
But They said they struck that ban was unconstitutional. They said that the government's every argument the government had as to why it was, valid was just unacceptable. Effectively saying, look, the government has been promoting the decriminalization of marijuana, has been promoting the commercialization of marijuana. You guys are actually pushing it. You're looking to declassify it, and at the same time using it as an excuse to prohibit citizens from lawful possession under the Second Amendment right. That is, they struck down that ban. So what that means for Floridians today, nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Right.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. But I now expect a lot of windfall from this.
Oh,
We're
I'm
gonna see
sure.
a lot more cases testing this, and I expect the states starting to get in line. And what that could mean for Floridians is then the quandary we have is, and we've discussed this, does having a medical marijuana card, it currently prohibits you from legally having a firearm, purchasing a firearm.
And is there any clear reasoning between like the 0.08 in alcohol to any testing for marijuana?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was thinking that.
How's the question?
So in alcohol,
Is there like a comparison? Like you can test it.
you get pulled over, you blow a 0.084.
So there's not a break line.
Yeah.
There's
no arbitrary
Because it's
number
like
yet.
it's only
Right.
just if like you do like a blood test, it's just going to be like yes, like you've had
they
it. You
can
know.
test the quantity. Like if you take a prescribed narcotic, same thing.
Okay.
They can test how many nanograms to deciliter, of the substance is to the blood. So then they can say, this exceeds the upper limit of what we even test.
For just like the average person,
This is just, again, subjectively a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they can say this is more than what the prescription was for.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? That because you have a prescription for it. How much? 5 milliliters. How much is in your blood? 20. All right. How often you take it? Once every 8 hours. How many you take it in? 2. So there's nothing saying if you have this amount regardless, but they can play with it saying this is a lot in your blood.
Yeah.
There's no reason even prescribe why you should have it.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, that makes sense.
that's helping us establish why it's your narcotic and not your cataracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm very excited about the one out of the Supreme Court. I think that's going to be
Yeah.
huge. That's really going to ultimately
So
clear
now
things
it's
up.
effective only in Texas, or like that's where they're
It only
starting
affects
it.
that ban in that county in
Okay.
Texas.
Oh,
But
it's only one county, or is it multiple
I
counties?
think it was just a county
One
that
county,
had.
okay.
Yeah.
But when things like this happen, there's a big of a domino of other
yes.
places.
Oh, especially if it's coming from the
Yeah.
United States Supreme Court. I feel like that's like a big,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna see that and be like, well, because like Colorado is a very, very open like weed state with stuff like that. So I feel like they.
Yeah, well, they have the
mess.
Broncos.
Yeah, but-
They have the Broncos, so they need something.
Well,
I'd give
that's
them
true.
some.
Colorado has really changed.
Yeah, I feel like
It was a very red state and is now a very blue